Okay, here I am. Just going to go through 131. First sentence, quam multa vero injuste fieri possunt quae nemo possit reprehendere, site amicus tuus moriens rogavit, ut hereditatem redas suae filiae nec usquam id scripserit, nec quicquam dixerit, quid facies. The rhetorical question at the end. Let's start off looking at the beginning. Quam multa, indeed. How many, so vero quam multa, how many unjust actions, quam multa, how many things with injustice, how many unjust things are able, fieri, to happen, quae, which no one is able, possit, which no one is able to criticize. Here's a question, Claire, and you might not know this because I've only referred to it briefly, but do you know why possit would be in the subjunctive? How many unjust things are able to happen, which no one... It's a subordinate clause within...
Oh, is it the oratio obliqua?
It is oratio obliqua, absolutely right. Yes, very good. Which no one is able to criticize. If your friend...
Yes.
If your friend... Situs amicus, if your friend moriens rogavit, while dying, what kind of word is moriens?
It's a present participle.
It's a present participle, good. Asked, rogavit is the future perfect. Why is it the future perfect, do you think, if your friend asked you?
Because, I don't know, because it's in the future.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
the C, I think.
Clause, yeah.
It's the C clause, the conditional? Yeah?
Conditional.
Yeah, if your friend asks you, or to ask you to redas, subjunctive, to leave his legacy. I've said redas, to return, to leave his legacy to his daughter. Redas is subjunctive. Why? If your friend asks you to leave
it's
redas.
an indirect command.
Indirect command, absolutely right. Asks you to leave his legacy to his daughter. Nec usquam, and he has never written it down, nor has he told this to anyone. Quid facies, what would you do? Tu quidem redes, ipse Epicurus fortasse rederet. You will restore it. You'll give the legacy. Ipse, perhaps Epicurus himself would restore it. I suppose you could say that's subjunctive because that's his sort of thought process. Ut sextus pedoceus cum doctus, tum omnium vir optimus et justissimus, cum sciret nemo eum rogatum a Caio Plotio equite Romano splendido nursino. The sentence into a couple because it was quite long. Just as sextus pedoceus, cum doctus, when a learned man, doceo is I teach, so literally doctus means having been taught. What kind of word is it?
It's a participle of past.
What do you call it?
Passive participle.
Yeah, perfect passive participle. Good. Tum, then the best Optimus and the Justissimus, the most upright man of all. What kind of words are Optimus and Justissimus?
Superlatives.
Superlatives,
Adjectives.
good. Adjectives, absolutely right. Cum sciret. When, nemo is the subject here. When no one knew, sciret is the subjunctive. Why is sciret the subjunctive?
Because it's a cum clause?
Yep, because it's a cum clause, temporal clause.
Temporal
Good.
clause.
Imperfect subjunctive. When no one, nobody knew that he rogatum, eum rogatum, when no one knew that he had been asked. So it's actually rogatum essay, I suppose, but it's left out the essay. When no one knew him having been asked by Caio Plotio. So it's actually, I suppose you could say, indirect statement, but left out the essay. When no one knew that he'd been asked by Caio Plotio, a splendid Roman knight from Nursia, that ultro ad mulierem venet aeque nihil opinanti viri mandatum exposuit hereditatem quae redidit. Of his own accord, ultro, so willingly, he came to his wife, as in the other guy's wife, he came to his wife and set out, exposuit, find your main verb, exposuit, set out, where are we? Set out mandatum, set out the will to her, a dative, opinanti, set out the will to her, expecting nothing. What kind of word is opinanti? Set out the will, a to her, opinanti, describing a, expecting nothing.
Present participle.
Present participle, ending with anti. What case does that mean it's in?
Dative.
Dative, absolutely right. It's relatively rare to see the dative present participle. Set out the will of her husband to her, weary in the genitive, expecting nothing, and redded it and handed over the legacy. Sed ego te quaero, quoniam idem tu certe fecises non intellegas eo majorem vim esse naturae, quod ipsi vos, qui omnia ad vestrum commodum et ut ipsi dicitis ad voluptatem referatis. I've split this couple of sentences as well because it's long. But I ask you, ego te quaero, but I ask you, quoniam, since tu, you have certainly done the same thing, nonne intellegas, surely, quoniam there. Do you know why quoniam is in the? Why Feki says is in the subjunctive?
No, that's a good question.
It's going to be
I don't know the answer to.
That's all right. That's no problem. It's going to be a causal clause. You would have done that in year 11. So it's going to be the causal clause. There you go. Since you've certainly done the same thing. Is it causal or concessive? Causal clause. So since you've certainly done the same thing, nonne, surely you intellegas, understand the vim esse, the strength of nature to be. Vim esse, accusative infinitive. Why?
Because it's an indirect statement.
Well done. The strength of nature to be greater, there, because ipsi vos, you yourselves. Now go for your main verb, which is this referatis, all the way over here. That you yourselves, because you refer, you bring everything to your ad vestrum commodum, to your own advantage, as in you decide whether things are to your own advantage, because you yourselves, who refer everything to your own advantage, ut ipsi dicitis, as you yourselves admit, comma, to your own voluptatem, to your own desire, to your own pleasure, tamen, still, you faciatis, you do ea, those things, equibus, from which appareat, from which it is evident, non, that you, that vos, accusative sequi, it is evident that you follow. So it's indirect statement again, not passion, not desire, sed officium, but duty. And that rectam naturam, and that your upright nature, valere, is stronger. Why is valere in the infinitive, do you think, Claire?
It's the continuation of the indirect statement.
Continuation of indirect statement, absolutely right, and that your upright nature is stronger than vicious reasoning. Very well done.